Yeah, almost breaking out. Let's go. Oh no! Again. I feel horrible for the short-term traders because with this price action is just horrible. But even though the short-term price action is horrible, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. In today's video, we are going to have a look at two charts. We are going to have a look at the gold chart and check whether gold is front-running Bitcoin and telling us what is going to happen in the bigger scheme of things. And we are going to have a look, of course, at the liquidity heat maps. And I think both of these charts will tell us a very clear story on what is happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really testing the nerves, and if you haven't capitulated yet, you most likely feel like capitulating right now. I feel you. Everyone is feeling the same thing in these market conditions. It's pretty shitty, but sometimes you also gotta know when to take a step back and let things unfold a little bit and look at the bigger picture. And that's what we are going to do in today's video. Definitely want to emphasize the bigger picture because I still believe, guys, the bigger picture for the next coming months is looking extremely bullish for Bitcoin and crypto in general. Guys, I am very, very bullish. I think the wealth transfer is going to happen 2025. And if it's not going to happen, I'm going to look like an absolute fool because I'm pressing full weight on the gas. I'm all in. I remain all in. And it's either all or nothing for me, although this mindset sometimes worked against me in the past. And I'm often saying that you shouldn't think in all or nothing terms, but I personally do believe all or nothing. And I'm just going to stick with it. But let's have a look at some promising charts. Okay, so what we can see right here, guys, in the candlestick charts, that's basically gold, and then we have the yellow line on top, that is Bitcoin. And we can compare a little bit because the crazy thing, guys, the crazy thing as Bitcoin is digital gold, it is quite correlated with gold. But there is often a delay. So let's have a look at the price action. So right here, when like gold bottomed in 2022, Bitcoin bottomed as well in 2022. You see gold already started its rally, bam, and Bitcoin later followed. Even gold went to a correction, Bitcoin went into a correction right here. The gold went to a correction here, Bitcoin went into a correction right here. Then Bitcoin and gold just went off together. So we had the first rally sideways, second bigger rally. That was with Bitcoin. With gold, first rally sideways, bigger rally. Also with gold. So Bitcoin and gold during 2022 and during 2023. So that's almost like, what is it? 2 years, they are moving directly. But also during this bear market, you can see gold moves sideways, Bitcoin is a little bit more volatile, but generally gold moves off, Bitcoin moves off. There is definitely a correlation between this, but often there is a delay. So when gold started its rally in 2022, it was October 2022. Bitcoin went off in January, so that's definitely a couple of months, like 4 months in between, before we actually saw it expressed in the price of Bitcoin, guys. But what we are seeing right now is that after this pump, so if we, let's say this pump of gold, we have like the vertical, horizontal, vertical pattern right here. Bitcoin went to a correction, gold went sideways, and then gold already took off and broke above those highs. So we have this high right here. Gold already broke above that and made new highs. Right? We have not seen that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still consolidating in this period. Gold already went to new highs, already had a new consolidation period, a correction, then again turned around and went to new highs again. So even though if you believe like, yeah, but maybe this price action is this price action and this correction is this correction, then we still went to new all-time highs. And I think, guys, this is a very important chart to hold on to, that right now we are seeing Bitcoin dumping, we are seeing many people capitulating, and Bitcoin might go lower. I'm not saying here that Bitcoin is not going to go lower, and I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to go up per se today. Trading is a game of probability, so it's always like what is the most probable scenario, or where's the advantage with the trader. But this is again another chart where I'm looking at where I can see like, yeah, okay, we might need more time, right? We might see a little bit lower levels, but I still believe that the general direction zoomed out for Bitcoin is to the upside. I'm very positive about that, even though we can see lower levels in the shorter term time frame. There is a difference between going into a correction, giving you basically a buying opportunity, and seeing a bear market. This is a very strong signal, together with global liquidity and a lot of other signals, that Bitcoin, the direction is going to be up. It's just a matter of time and a matter of where we are going to see a correction first. Now let's go to the liquidation heat maps, and you can already see a little bit like there's liquidity below us and there's liquidity above us. So most liquidity is above us, but we can definitely visit the liquidity below us. So maybe Bitcoin would come all the way down to 82,000 to grab this liquidity before going up. Is this a guarantee? Definitely not. Is it possible? Yeah, it's definitely possible. So we gotta see it in the bigger scheme of things, right? Even though we go to these levels, Bitcoin can still be bullish for 2025. Guys, this is going to be an amazing year. It's going to be a crazy year, 2026 as well. This is going to be the most important years, if you ask me, for the preparation or the unfoldment of the wealth transfer, and the preparation for the time that is going to come, which is going to be very difficult time, I personally believe. So when we have a look at Bitcoin, guys, I actually really hope that we would have seen a nice breakout to the upside from the resistance. Bitcoin is not ready for this, as we can see. I think this bump and run reversal pattern, I think the pattern is still valid, but we haven't seen a confirmed pattern, because we need to see a break of this trend line to confirm the pattern. So does it mean that at the first try we have to break out? No. This is, for example, another example of a bump and run reversal pattern. We have the lead-in phase, we have the bump phase, we touch the resistance, we get a correction, and then we get another chance at resistance and we break out. This is definitely something that I could see for Bitcoin as well, where we get a correction, we'll be coming down right here. Maybe even test a little bit lower, maybe do something like this from a higher low. It is possible, but I believe eventually this price action will resolve to the upside. So yeah, guys, that is basically the message of today's video. Ugly price action. If you want to, it really depends on personally on what type of trader you are. For me, this price conditions or this market behavior is definitely not good for short-term trading. It's difficult. I work better in different market conditions, and that's good for yourself to know, because it's better to trade in the market conditions that you often thrive. And then when you see market conditions that are not really for you, and then you just take a step back. So guys, be very careful with trading. If you want to lose more money, you should use high leverage and try to get daily trades in today's price action, because this is just really ugly price action. I actually published a Will Portal report that right here, it definitely looks good to long, right? This was a very beautiful long when we had to look at the data, but right now there's just, to be honest, there is no clear advantage for the trader unless we are seeing that breakout happening, if you ask me. So that's also important to know for you as a trader. What are the market conditions that you thrive on? And you don't want to be the trader that is forcing him or herself every day into a trade, unless that's part of your strategy, of course. But for me, with my strategy, I more like to get unique market opportunities where I can see really like, okay, now the data showing me that it's really in my advantage to take this position, then in the long term, you will be a profitable trader. So yeah, guys, this is definitely a little bit ugly. So we're gonna wait and have to wait for the resolvement of this price action. We also have a bullish cross in the hash ribbon, which is a buy signal, which I shared with you guys in yesterday's video. Also, again, emphasizing that the macro, the zoomed out perspective on Bitcoin is definitely more upside, but it just looks like that the capitulation is not over yet, and maybe it's time-based capitulation. But also don't forget that we had quite a nice bounce from the low so far. Maybe we form a higher low, but let time resolve this out. Maybe we go a little bit lower. Don't panic. 2025, big year. This eventually, I believe, has a higher potential resolving to the upside. The big question is just, and we shouldn't put a finger on it, like, is going to happen today or next month or in a matter of weeks? Who knows? Who knows? But the direction, if you ask me, is going to go up. I actually think, guys, and this is maybe a bit contradictory, I think maybe even the announcement on the 2nd of April with the trade wars and stuff can be bullish for crypto when people are trying to ditch the dollar because of these tariffs, for example. It's possible, I don't know. But a lot of people I see expecting bearish price action for the stock market, and that's of course also possible. But I just feel with the months coming ahead, you know, we have like we are entering some pretty nice months. We are entering the months of spring where things are going to grow. The charts of crypto are not looking that bad in the shorter term time frame. They don't look that good, I gotta be honest. But if you zoom out, they don't look that bad. But yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty with the regular financial markets and all. But on the other hand, that also brings... yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Guys, I just think the price is going to go up, and I'm going to... I'm staying positions for that. That's just the fact. Okay, guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash up the like button if you enjoyed it. And yeah, wish you all a beautiful day. And hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye-bye.